Hi guys, Archie Luxury, and Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm discussing my latest horological purchase, my Breitling SUPEROCEAN. Now this model here is a Breitling. They got a number on the back of it. It's got a number which I'll read to you. I'll proceed to read to you. It's an A17321. That's the model number. Now this piece here is a Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage, and it's the 42mm version. They make a 46mm, and this is the 42mm version. 42 and 46mm. Now let's have a talk about this piece here. The question is why I chose the Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage. And I gotta tell you why I did choose this piece here. As you know, with my collection, I sold off my solid gold Submariner and I acquired a Patek Philippe World Time. That meant I had no diver. So I really wanted a diver. A diver. Now, I wanted something spicy and new to help me with my Google Ads ratings, because on the Archie Luxury channel, I'm 30% down. The channel is dying. Guys, if you got friends who want to be entertained, tell them about the Archie Luxury channel. I need subscribers and viewers urgently. Now, get back on key here. Why I chose the Breitling SUPEROCEAN? That is a very good question. So, in my collection, I got rid of my gold sub, so I needed a diver. So one of the rules that really works for me to make yin and yang and happiness in life is that I have one brand per watch. So I already have a Rolex Explorer 2. That's my watch that I've always loved it. I know it's a little bit doggy now. That watch is not... The Explorer is the dog of the sports range, but it's the sports Rolex that always appealed to me. I had my first Explorer 2 Polar in the late 90s, 98. And I've always loved the Explorer Polar. So that's my one Rolex. So I thought, what else could I get there? So I started thinking about, what do I want? So my rule is one brand per watch. Now the reason I do that is otherwise I obsess over... I've been obsessing over having two Pateks. I've got one Patek, I got the World Time, thought, oh, I want another Patek, and that's really expensive ground to enter. So one watch per brand really does work for me. It makes me happy. I say, oh, I've got my Patek, no more Pateks. So it kind of helps me develop a meaningful, balanced, perfect collection. So then I started thinking, what dive watches do I really like? And I started looking at Panerai, PAMs. I like the PAM 111. But the problem with the PAMs, they're quite expensive. And there's so many super fake PAMs around there. I'm thinking, ooh, be a bit careful. And I don't see bargain price PAMs around there. Still, ooh... to get a PAM under 5,000 Australian, what's that? High threes US, very hard. So then the other divers that I've owned that I can recall were the Breitling. I've had a few Breitling. I have had a few Breitling SUPEROCEAN. I had some Steel Fish. I had two. And whenever I've had the Breitling catalog, these are beautiful, well photographed, just excellent salesmanship. Whenever I've had these catalogs and sat down, I've always loved to come back to the SUPEROCEAN Heritage. So when I had the Steel Fishes, they're a bit gimmicky. They just they had,
rubber in the bezel, and it just looked a bit child
sort of thing. But when I looked into the catalog, I fell in love with a retro diver on a shark mesh bracelet. And very, very retro, restrained, you know, that was kind of my preference. And the preference size would be the 42 mil. I think the 46 mil is too big. So when I've gone through the Breitling catalog and thought, what would I buy if it wasn't a bargain and was something I really liked? The Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage kept coming up. So I then proceeded, you know, just kicking a few tires around there. Oh, what can I get one for? And then I found a really well priced one on eBay. And although the dial color and bezel color aren't my first choices, beggars can't be choosers. I am buying secondhand. So this is let's look at it. It's a box papers piece. So it came with the box, papers, everything. Just under 12 months old, like new. It was 42 mil size, very important. That's probably the most important thing. Shark mesh bracelet. Now it had the black bezel with the silvery white dial, which I would have probably, if I had my choice, I think if I was picking one out from the window, if I was buying new, I'd probably go for black dial with the green, the Rolex Kermit green type bezel. I reckon that would be cool in a retro watch. But beggars can't be choosers. This came up at a great price. It's 42 mil, shark mesh bracelet, box papers, all the links, everything was there. And I thought, you know, go for it. Why I chose a Breitling? Well, many people are giving me slack. I'm trying desperately to bring some difference into the watch reviews. Everyone says, oh, Archie, you keep talking about the same stuff. So I'm desperately trying to stop the 30% slide in viewing. So I'm bringing in new stuff. So when a Breitling came up, I thought, hey, this could really, really, really pull the punters in. So I'm doing it for Google Ads. That's right, Google Ads. I also like the watch. I like the look of it. Yes. That's not my first choice in dials. I would have preferred the black dial with the green bezel. I tell you what looks amazing. Christian from Theo and Harris has the same watch, 42 mil, Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage. He's got it with blue bezel, with blue dial. That looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Probably too cool for me. I couldn't pull it off. I'm not that cool to pull that off. But I gotta tell you, the SUPEROCEAN itself there, absolutely. I think it's a cool diver. I was looking for something different. I wanted something that was a brand I didn't already have. So Omega, Rolex, IWC, and Breguet, they were out of the equation because I've already got a piece in another model. So I wanted a diver. So I started thinking about what do I want. Well, the first thing that comes to mind is a no-date Submariner. But let's be honest, they're expensive. I've owned a few. I've already covered that ground before. And they're expensive. They're very expensive. They're really expensive. I sold my last one for $6,000 to a guy in Sydney. He's still got it. He loves it. And I think, you know, it was probably a mistake. I shouldn't have sold it. But so I didn't want to get a Rolex because the Rolex, you know, I would like to get a Sea Dweller or a No Date. And, you know, you're looking close to 10,000 Aussie dollars. So then I thought, you know, what else? Omega Seamaster. Well, I've already got the Omega Speedmaster Man on the moon, so I can't have another Omega. Same problem. I thought, hey, maybe an IWC aqua timer. No, can't do that because I got the IWC Ingenua. So then I started to think to myself, what can I get that I don't have? What do I like? And I thought, well, Panerai, definitely Panerai. But Panerai's super fakes out there, and there's also the problem with Panerai is that they're still pretty dear. Although the Panerai market is soft, it doesn't mean the dealer is passing on that saving. So Panerai I kind of put to the back burner. I started looking around thinking, what Breitling? If I got a Breitling, what would it be? And I thought, SUPEROCEAN Heritage. SUPEROCEAN Heritage, and it'd have to be 42 mil. I don't really
Dear F169BBS.com posters, I just wanted to congratulate you on having a YouTube celebrity, luxury goods guru and travel expert like Archie Luxury on your site. He's a masculine, sexy and successful man. Be proud to have him on your site, the last bastion of free speech in the interweb.
$42 mil. I don't really like super-sized watches. I think 42 mil, maybe 43 mil absolute extremity would be the absolute limit. So 46 mil, even though I'm a big guy, I don't think I just don't like super big. So 42 mil would be perfect. I love the shark mesh bracelet. I think it's so retro. It's just a good looking thing there. And then with the dial color, look, that's the only compromise. It's silvery white and the black bezel. I wouldn't mind black bezel with black dial, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. This was second hand. Now the thing is, it was second hand, box and papers, and it had this extra links, because normally I always need to buy the links. So this was a full kit and caboodle. So why I chose the Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage, I gotta tell you, the reason I did choose it, it's simple. I fell in love with the watch in the booklet, the Breitling booklet. I owned a Steelfish and thought, oh yeah, a bit of a compromise. I had the SUPEROCEAN Steelfish. I had the booklet, and I fell in love with the whole Breitling lifestyle. You got the Breitling, the Breitling wing walkers. You've got the Breitling, the DC-3. They restore historic aircraft. You think, wow, look at that. It's a Breitling. It's just such a cool sort of brand there. It's just a brand I like. I'm a sucker for marketing. And then when I really thought about it, I really wanted to get SUPEROCEAN Heritage. That's just that retro look, no crown guard sub. I mean, how cool and sexy is that? No crown guard sub. So when this model here came up, I thought, hey, that's a bargain. It's a good one to get. That's why I got the Breitling. That's the reason I fell in love with the Breitling. So guys, why I chose the Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage? Well, it's because it's in my collection ethos. One brand per watch. It's a brand that I do like. I like Breitling. I've owned a few, and I thought they were really good bang per buck. And if I had, I've looked in the catalog and I thought the retro look. I really do like retro look stuff. The retro look is really cool. So I thought, something? Pull the trigger, big boy. Pull the trigger. And that's why I chose the Breitling SUPEROCEAN Heritage 42 mil. That's the reason, guys. That's why I chose it. And I like to be controversial. I desperately need to bring some ratings back in. So it's if that's not going to set the cat amongst the pigeons, I don't know what will. I'm Paul Pluta on the Archie Luxury and Paul Pluta channel. Tell me what you guys think of that.
Okay.